Creating classes with CSS and Dreamweaver is very, very easy, and that's what we're going to do now. Up until this point in the semester, you have seen using divs, using IDs, and you've used IDs on divs, you've used them on tags, um, elements like headers and things like that, sections, articles. But you can only use an ID on a page one time. So if we look at the div of wrapper, you can only have one thing with an ID of wrapper on this page. You can only have one thing with an ID of example box on this page or left article. So that leaves us with, like, what are you going to do when you have maybe the first word of each section, or I shouldn't even say each section, each word, let's just say the first word of each paragraph is going to be a certain color. Well, that is a perfect scenario for a class. And classes are things that you can create and then you can apply. So we will just go down here in our styles and we will create a class. We will choose class from here. And classes, unlike IDs, begin with a period or a dot instead of a pound. So let's just call this first word. So you have dot first word. It's a class. It's going to be saved in our style sheet. And that first word, we're going to just make it a ridiculous size font and we'll make it white. White, 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 white. There we go. And we'll say OK. So we've created this style in the form of a class, and now we need to apply it. So all you need to do to apply it is to choose the thing that it applies to. If I wanted to apply the class to the whole paragraph, maybe you have a paragraph that has special spacing, and many paragraphs on a page that have the same spacing, or in this case just the word, or an image or a div or anything. You can pretty much apply a class to anything that exists. I'm going to select the thing that I want to apply the class to. In this case it's the word. I'm going to right click, go to CSS Styles in my drop down menu and choose first word. And there you go. I just applied it. We'll go over here to this first word, right click, CSS Styles, first word, right click, CSS Styles, first word. If I save all and preview, we can see that let me just bring this down a bit, sorry. I didn't have this size for us ahead of time. We can see that now we have these three words and they all had the exact same class applied to them. That's how classes work. So you can have classes, the same class, applied to multiple things on the same page. And of course you can use it throughout the website, on any page you want, wherever you want. You create the class like I just did, and then you apply it to whatever it is. So maybe, like I said, the first paragraph of every article has a border underneath it. Well, then you would apply the class to the paragraph, or extra spacing above it or below it, or maybe it's indented or something. So use your imagination, but you have these little unique instances throughout your layouts that you would like to do special things to, and perhaps you want to do them more than one time on a page. It's a perfect instance for a class. Another thing about classes that's unique is that you can apply them to just a word, to an inline element. It doesn't have to be applied to an entire paragraph. So your code for this looks like go. It looks like this, where you have the word, and then you see here we have where it says span class equals first word, close span. Span class equals first word, close span. And I think we have another one right up here. Span class equals first word, close span. So that's all there is to it, which is different than IDs. You can't span an ID. And that's really all there is to creating a class. You can do the exact same things that you can do with an ID, or styling an ID or styling an HTML tag. Like here, paragraph, we can give it a background color. We can give a background color to a class. How it applies itself to the particular item will vary depending on what it is. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to put a background image just on this little word here. So there are some things that you won't be able to do depending on how you want to use the class, but all the styles are there for you just like everything else.